Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is your local Problematic Leo, and we are back with another Color CL contact lens review. Now, I do have to apologize because I did miss a part of the pre-order for this one, but life's been a little bit crazy and I can only really record on my days off. Regardless, they have done another line extension in their Ultra Moist series, which I'm really excited about because it does seem like they're coming out with new styles. However, I'm still crossing my fingers that they revisit some of their old hits. Now, as channel tradition dictates, I shall show you my naked brown eyes while I go ahead and read you the stats. Now, for both of these styles, the diameter is 14.2 millimeters and the base curve is 8.6 millimeters. Each pair is going to last for 6 months and cost you $20 a piece, with prescriptions coming in at no additional cost, unless you do manage to get them on pre-order. So keep your eyes out on the sites to see if you can jump in on those deals. I might not have a video up on some of the newer styles, however, I will try to get them up as fast as possible. You can also use my code Rob10 to get 10% off of your order, and if you find any of these videos helpful, use the, what is it called? Affiliate link down in the description box below. I would appreciate that a ton. Alrighty, so just like in my previous video, we're going to be talking about lens construction whenever we hit a new style, and unfortunately the first one is a one-off. I do believe that Seville, which is the lens we're going to be taking a look at today, is going to be released alongside Vienna, a lens that I don't have my hands on quite yet. Hopefully, Color CL will send them my way because they are this beautiful green. However, Seville should not be downplayed because they're this beautiful, like, ambery honey tone. Ooh! Alright. Let's talk about the construction. It does have a thin dark brown limbal ring which blends into kind of like a mesh of amber and brown. It's just beautiful in the eyes, and with my own natural eye color, it just makes me look very honeyed, and I just love that tone. The only thing that I do have to say that is a little bit of a downside of these specific constructions is the fact that the opacity of them is really made to blend in with your own eye color, which means they're a little less opaque around the limbal ring area, which is something that I'm more used to with some of their other styles. However, this one, the translucency is just there throughout. So what you'll notice is in the close-ups, my wonky eye, which is a little bit smaller than my normal eye, I guess we're gonna call it, you can see a little bit of the part where the limbal ring is actually going over the whites of my eyes. Now, after a while that does end up settling and it, you know, kind of like implants itself to the center of the eye, and you don't necessarily see as much of that white. It just kind of sits a little bit better. But upon first initial, like, implantation, you know, when you put it in your eye, when you get that, you're gonna get a little bit of movement until it finally settles. That's kind of like the only downside that I see of this. So just keep in mind, if you have eyes that are just like my wonky eyes, it might take some time to settle. And if you have really small eyes, I mean, I really can't think of anybody who would have smaller eyes than my one wonky eye. You might have some trouble with these ones. But for anybody who has the normal side of me, that your eyes match up with that, it's gonna look absolutely beautiful. I just love the glow of warmth that is projected from them. Moving along to the next variation of the Ultra Moist series, we have the Envy Greens, and these ones compared up with the Nude Browns. Now, I've actually tried lenses like these from other brands, and I've just been waiting for Color CL to release something like this. Now, these are what I like to call, like, framed lenses. I know that sounds really strange, but these types of lenses focus the color on the outer edge, and then they're made to blend in with your own natural color. And when I say that, I know that a lot of lenses are made to blend in with your own natural color, but I mean like the focus of the color is really kind of just on the outer end, and it's made to blend in so your own natural color does kind of show through before it gets to your pupil. So it's gotta have a beautiful seamless blend, and these ones do it in a really interesting way. They're actually made so there is like a very soft blurred limbal ring which has like the deepest version of the color, then it slowly blends into like a secondary and a tertiary color, but it's offset. So it's like the hole isn't quite in the middle, it's kind of like on an edge, which means that you can play around with the light of these, aka you can shift the main color down onto the bottom so you get the most color, you can shift it up to the top so you get some more blend, you can shift it over to the side, and I actually love that construction. It's so different, and it's not something that I saw with those other like framed lenses. I was like, ooh, we can play a little bit. Now, when it comes down to the color of the Envy Green, I do have to say, it's not my favorite green. It is my favorite green when I first put them in because I get that initial kind of like blend, but as they wear through the day, and keep in mind, I have been testing all of these lenses at work and playing with them and seeing how they sit in the eye, it does go into that more, not blue green, but like more strong green instead of an olivey green. It's like more of a foresty green, you know what I'm saying? But if that is the kind of lens that you are looking for, these ones are actually going to be really, really nice for that. And I love the way that when the light hits it, because there is going to be a lot of your own natural color exposed, it kind of like plays with, what is it, the heterochromancy, where it looks like you have two colors in your own eye, your natural color and then the green color in this case, and I absolutely love just that fact of it. Hopefully they come out with something that's a little more olivey, which will be more my taste, but if you like those kind of like pine true greens, these are gonna be right up your alley. And last but not least, we have Nude Brown. Now, I have to say this, do not ever underestimate Color CL's brown series, because oh my god, they do them so well. Now when you look in the blister, they look kind of boring, as any nude brown would. However, when I got these into my eyes, they looked a little bit like amber and hazel. Now I do have to say, they're not as golden honeyed as we saw with Seville. When I first put these in my eyes, yes, they did have a kind of like a golden liveliness to them. However, as I wore them throughout the day, they did seem to kind of like cool down a little bit and go a little bit like amber hazel. And I have a really friggin' amazing story that went along with this that just proves my point that brown lenses are not necessarily boring, because if you get a nice shade that fits you really well, they can actually change things up a little bit. I had a coworker that I hadn't seen for a bit, and she kind of like popped in and she was like, is there something different with you? Now, keep in mind, I was watching where her eyes went because I knew that I had these lenses in, and I was like, are these lenses really making that much of a difference? But I had another coworker that popped in, she'd seen me a little bit earlier through the day, she's like, you know what, I think it's the shirt. The shirt just kind of like livens him up a bit. And I was like, it's the contact lenses. I didn't tell y'all I was wearing the, and I didn't tell them. I was just like, no, I'm just, yes, it must be the shirt. I just look livelier. And it's just one of those things where, like, even shifting the tone of your brown eyes or brightening them up a bit, but still keeping them brown, can really just illuminate your face. And it was funny because they're looking at my face, but they were saying it was my shirt. And I was like, it's the eyes. It's the eyes. So Nude Brown is definitely one of those ones I really want you guys to check out, especially if you have darker brown eyes or even like reddish brown eyes. I think that this will be a nice little shift for you to kind of like, I don't know, give you a nice little warm glow without it being like a reddish glow. You know what I'm saying. Alrighty, and that about does it for my review of this batch of the Ultra Moist series. As you can probably tell, the two that I'm going to recommend to you are going to be the Sevilles, and if they come out, I mean, just take a chance on the Viennas, because that green, if it's as kind of like translucent as the Sevilles were, they're gonna blend into your own natural eye color really prettily, so I'm hoping that that's gonna go olivey on me. Ooh, I'm excited for those. But also the Nude Browns, because I'm telling you, the power of a good brown can really just, not really overall change things dramatically, but just shift them in a right direction. Regardless, I'm really excited about these, so definitely go ahead and check those out. Be sure to use my code ROB10, and if you enjoyed this video, please bookmark the affiliate link for Color CL down in the description box below. And that about does it for me for now. So as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. And, I mean, if you're here this long, how about a little cat action? What? Hello, babies. Say hello.